Hello, guys. Greetings. And I want to say welcome once again to our YouTube class, to our YouTube channel. For a long time, we stopped posting video, and I want to continue from where we stopped due to the fact that I've been engaged with so many things. It could not allow me to do some teaching and post online. But I think henceforth we're going to be doing something. So in the next few minutes, let's look at microorganisms. What are microorganisms? When we talk about microorganisms, we're talking about organisms that cannot be seen with the unaided human eye. That means if your eyes are not aided by a machine, such as a microscope, you will not be able to see the organism. We basically have two different types of organisms, the microorganisms and the macroorganisms. When we say microorganisms, of course, they cannot be seen with the naked eyes, but when we say macroorganisms, it means that you can't see them. You can see them with your naked eyes. So that is the definition of microorganism. Those organisms that cannot be seen without the use of microscope, as simple as that. Then the scientists who brought about this discovery, or who discovered this microorganism, is a man called Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Anton von Leeuwenhoek. He was a Dutch merchant. He began this experiment he was born in the period 1632 to 1723. This is usually the dates attributed to him. He was born in 1632 and he died in 1723. And I think in 1668, that was when he discovered the world of animalcules. The world of animalcules, if you don't call it the world of animalcules, you call it microorganisms. Microorganisms. So, uh, there are so many theories, so many postulations by Francisco Redi, Luis Pasteur, Robert Koch, Lazarus Spallanzani, and Ferdinand Cohn, and so on and so forth concerning his discovery. And one will now begin to talk about the biogenesis or the doctrine of spontaneous generation, which we are not going to do today. Probably in subsequent classes we'll look at that. So, but we'll have categories or types of microorganisms. We'll have bacteria as the first one. Bacteria, okay, let me give you this general guideline, a general rule. Any organism that is less than 1 millimeter is generally classified as microorganisms by scientists. Any organism that is less than 1 millimeter is generally classified as a microorganism. So, uh, if an organism is more than 1 millimeter in size, that means that that organism is not a microorganism. However, we'll have some exceptions. We'll have some giant bacteria like Epilopicium, Fischelsoni, to Margareta namibiensis, and this one that is called to Margareta magnifica. This is the largest known bacterium ever. It's about the size of a human eyelash and it's about 2 cm. I didn't say 2 millimeter. Remember, I said any organism more than 1 millimeter is generally classified as a microorganism. Then those less than 1 millimeter are classified as any organism less than 1 millimeter is generally classified as a microorganism. Then those above 1 millimeter are generally classified as macroorganisms. But this one is an exception. It is still within the classification of, in fact, bacteria generally are called microorganisms, but we have some exceptions. Number one of them is this to Margareta magnifica, discovered in 2022 as the largest giant bacterium. So apart from bacteria, we have a microscopic algae, is also classified as a microorganism. We have protozoa, we have fungi. Virus is here, but is hanging on one leg because you cannot fully call virus a microorganism. Why? Because a virus does not have a cellular structure. Any organism, any pathogen, or let me say any agent that does not have a cellular structure, even though it causes disease. I don't want to go into virus. I think we have done virus, in our previous class or classes. So let me not delve into that. But i- if we say types of micro agents, micro pathogenic agents, so probably we can bring in a virus. However, generally speaking, conventionally, when you say types of microorganisms, some textbooks still include virus, because virus is microscopic. mm. But what I'm trying to say in essence is to draw your attention to the fact that a virus is not an organism. Why is it not an organism? Because it does not have a cellular structure. So this is where we'll end our class for today. Like I said, this is just a short introduction to talk about microorganism. See you in my next class.